All right.
It is. It's time to get in the ring here with DJD Kooks, and you've probably heard Peace Mike's cough already.
Yep. I'm gonna clear my throat. It is a little earlier in the morning, but it's cool. I'm what's happening with everybody. I know we weren't on last week. Had a little bit of computer issues, but things are relatively solid right now.
Relatively solid. I'm taking over the editing duties for the foreseeable future
Yeah.
because Peace Mike's
So
computer decided to take a crap on him,
pretty much.
which sucks. Um, but we have lots, and I mean, there's no match of the week this week because we have so much we need to get
There's
into.
so much to
So
do.
sports, because we do cover the sports here, and wrestling, but we'll cover the wrestling first. G1 Climax, 4 nights in. Early favorites, shocking losses, stuff like that. AEW Fight for the Fallen runs up against Evolve, which was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Impact Slammiversary, which was very good show.
It actually was pretty good overall.
Cage and Elgin had a pretty good. Let's start with that. Come on. We're actually going to open with Slammiversary because it technically happened a week ago, and we were going to cover it last week.
Mm-hmm.
But shit happens, and we are here. So from Gilly's Dallas in Dallas, Texas. It was a good wrestling weekend in Dallas that weekend because you had night one of the G1 and then three. So Willie Mack defeated Jake Chris, Trey Miguel, and TJP in the opener. It was just a good Bob Fest 4-way. The North.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. The North. We're tripping over each other because we haven't talked in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think we're both rather anxious.
The North defeated the Rascals and LAX in a 3-way for the tag team championship match. Okay, match here.
Good, short, compact, but solid. Everyone got their stuff in.
Eddie Edwards.
About?
Yeah, everything was pretty short and compact on this pay-per-view. Like, nothing overstayed its welcome, like we'll talk about a little bit with both Extreme Rules and Fight for the Fallen.
Mm-hmm.
First blood match. Eddie Edwards defeated Killer Cross. Good first blood match here.
Mm-hmm. Solid. And they got to do what they needed to in 11.5 minutes. Very solid. Very solid.
Moose defeated Rob Van Dam. I didn't like this match, honestly. It was just boring.
Though I don't think it went too long. It seemed like probably not enough was done here.
I thought this match dragged, honestly. It was the only match that really dragged.
Okay.
It was 13 minutes, which was actually one of the longer matches on the show, and it was only a 2-star special.
It was the 4th longest match.
Yes. Then we had the Monsters Ball. And these ladies killed each other.
I'm very impressed with how the 4 of them did. We see Monsters Ball with men get very graphic and very violent quickly. But I'm very impressed that these 4 were able to put it down the way they did.
Rich Swann and Johnny Impact had a 4-star match. Not surprising regarding the 2 men in this match.
You just look at these 2, and you look at their bodies of work, and you look at their styles of wrestling, where both guys are very agile and very fearless with their movesets. You kind of knew this would be good.
I gave this match 4 stars. So
it lived up to it. So I'm very, very impressed. I'm impressed by it. I'm not necessarily impressed by it. Like I'm satisfied with it, I should say.
The Brian Cage Michael Elgin match was awesome. dude. This was just a big hoss fight with guys doing things that they shouldn't be able to do.
We do enjoy those hoss fights. We certainly do enjoy our fair share of hoss fights.
Yes, we do. And then after the match, a masked man, not Rhino, but it wasn't Rhino who was under the mask, but they're going to reveal it as Rhino when his contract runs up. Spears Elgin. And then I gave the Cage Elgin match 4 1/4. And then Sami Callihan and Tessa Blanchard.
I enjoyed this. I really, and I was able to watch this from bell to bell and the promo stuff before it. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed everything about it. I enjoyed the run that Callihan was on, where he was so ruthless and became like the best, I guess, the best heel in the company. I enjoyed the build up with how Tessa Blanchard got involved. Like I really liked how all this played out in the match itself. Like I legit thought that Blanchard was going to win at points. Like after the early onslaught by Callihan, I thought Blanchard was going to win at points during the match. Blanchard really carried herself tremendously well. I think Callihan did his part too. So I thought it was a very good match on both parties. Definitely.
Yeah, your thoughts echo mine. Your thoughts echo my thoughts on this, and I thought this was a wise use of the intergender format. It looked to elevate Blanchard, even though she was booked strongly, and then Callihan was even stronger by defeating her.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, it was very good.
It accomplished the goal I think that they set for the match itself.
That most intergender matches don't do.
Right. We're both parties involved actually come out better for the better.
Like, I know Beyond does intergender, and I'm just not a fan of intergender because I just can't suspend my disbelief.
I understand.
I was suspending my disbelief a little bit with this. So
yeah, there were legit points in the match where like, oh wow, Tessa's gonna beat him. There were legit points for Tessa, like, oh wow, Tessa's actually gonna beat him. Especially when she did the bat and then her finisher. I'm like, oh, this part she's actually gonna beat him. But Callihan was just a little bit too strong, so I'm all for that.
Yeah, and then he wins it with the Cactus Special, and then sealing the deal. My God, this match was very good. Good way to end the show.
It sure was. And Callihan showing respect afterward to Blanchard, letting Blanchard have the ring, which I thought was a nice touch.
G1. G1. Oh, I'm supposed to take this. I'm off this week for some god-on reason because I'm like I have the world subscription, and I'm like a little nervous too. It's like I'm a little off this week, but the G1 does not take days off except for these 2 days, and then they're back at it Thursday night with 3 straight nights in Corrigan Hall, and then they take a night off, and then for a travel day, and then. So this is the longest stretch that we're going to have, besides the week before night 1 and night 2, of no G1. So it's going to be pretty consistent hereafter, and we're going to cover the G1 bell to bell here. Juice Robinson, we're going to start with night 2. Juice Robinson defeats Shingo. Really good match here. They were working on the neck early. Shingo showed great fire, and Shingo was great, and Juice getting some great fire. I rated this at 4 stars. Moxley debuted against Taichi. A lot of smoke and mirrors in this match, but a good 3-star brawl here. Toru Yano, Tetsuya Naito sucked. It was only 3 minutes and 52 seconds, and Naito barely took a bump.
So it's basically a squash match, and Naito... Yeah.
No, Toru Yano defeated him.
Okay, yeah. So basically, it's a squash
because Yano gets a shock win.
Right.
Which
we knew was coming. I don't think we thought Naito would be the guy he'd get it against, but we knew it was coming.
And then the match that I think you should watch from this night, Big Tommy Ishii versus adorable Hawaiian Buddha Jeff Cobb.
Again, we are both fans of big hosses doing big hoss things and then stuff that cruiserweights would do. We are fans of this.
But there's no cruiserweight stuff in this match.
No.
It's just big hosses just beating the shit out of each other and doing filthy things to each other in the beating the shit out of each other's department. I just made that sound more disgusting and not on sound. But hey, that's how we do it here on Get in the Ring.
Basically, you had your inner Big E in you. It's pretty much what happened here.
Yes, I have my bigger inner Big E Langston, even though I'm not really that big fan of the New Day sometimes. But New Day Rock. But Big Tommy Ishii starts off his G1 campaign with a 4.5 star match, and we'll be talking about Big Tommy Ishii, doing Big Tommy Ishii things.
He will certainly become a fixture. Not fixture. He will certainly become a theme of the show.
Yes, he'll certainly become a theme of the show because he always becomes the theme of the show. Goto defeats Jay White here. In his return, he took a couple months off to train at the LA Dojo. Very good match here. I went 4 stars on this match. He finally beats White. The crowd was hot. Very good, but not quite great. But I gave it 4 stars because I'm generous. Zonka gave it 3 3/4. I just bumped it up to 4.
You just gave it a solid 4.
I just gave it a solid 4. Then we had night 3 of the A block. Night 2 of the A block, night 3 overall. And watch this whole night. This whole night was freaking fire. So it starts off with Lance Archer defeating Bad Luck Fale, and Archer has 4 points here. And this was a Haas battle. It was a lesser version of Ishii, but Archer was bumping it like a maniac here. He was doing things. Fale did a superplex. Fale showed effort. It was very good. I went 3.5 stars on it, and I wasn't expecting to go 3.5 stars on it.
Okay.
I was expecting to go like 2.5. So I was pleasantly surprised.
Wildly exceeded your expectations. Very impressed.
And Archer would pick up the win with the Everybody Dies claw that he's been. And then Will Ospreay gets his first points of the G1, defeating Sonata in A block action here. This was the athletic match. You know, both guys showing off their athletic prowess. Very easy to watch here. Just counters after counters of Oscutter. And then finally Ospreay blocked the skull end, applied the Oscutter, and Stormbreaker for the win. So 4 stars there. Kazuchika Okada defeats Zack Sabre Jr., so Zack Sabre Jr. starts off with 0 points. As this was unique, because Sabre is a very unique wrestler here. I really like how each match felt different.
Variety is the spice of life, which is.
And I gave this match 4 stars. So every match was either very good to great on this night. So Evil versus Kota Ibushi, I thought this was the best match of the night. I gave it 4 1/4.
Evil getting it done.
And Kota Ibushi starting off with 0 points.
The guy we both think is going to win this tournament is still far not on the board, but we think Ibushi will get his.
Yes, he'll get his. But really good stuff here. I really enjoyed like the counters and everything. The everything evil, evil connected with darkness falls and everything evil to win. Then we get the Kenta and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Kenta's getting off to a very strong start so far.
And this match ruled. This was a great professional wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
Kenta is violent.
Kenta just feels right in New Japan, you know? Not that he didn't fit on NXT, but in 205 to a little bit lesser of an extent, he just feels right. He just fits right.
He's not working as fast but everything means something. All the kicks,
right?
And fuck, his offense is stiff. I love his offense. So A block is we talked about it before. The depth of A block. There's just so much flash, and there's so much swag involved in the A block, and then B block being the physical block, being the block where if you're gonna win it, you're gonna earn it. If you win the B block. Then we had Shingo Takagi getting his first win on night 4, defeating Toru Yano, with the pumping bomber, here. Better match than his stablemate, Naito. But this went 6 minutes. Nothing to see here. Juice Robinson defeats Hiroki Goto. This was pretty good. He hit the left hand of God and then the Pulp Friction to win. Jon Moxley defeated Jeff Cobb. This was a little short, but Jon Moxley gets the win here with the Death Rider draped over the rope. 3.5 stars.
I like that it's draped over the rope.
Tommy Ishii over Jay White. Here, as Jay White starts off with 0 points.
Ishii with a good start. Ishii and Juice with good starts so far.
Vertical drop, Brainbuster drops White to 0-2, but this was a very good match. 4 stars flat. I just love me some big Tommy Ishii.
Ishii is a guy who I don't think either of us would ever pick to win a G1, but he's almost never going to have a bad match in it. And I think that's whether win or lose, he's almost never going to have a bad match in a G1.
And you're probably going to get a great match.
Yes.
So, and this was great, so I enjoyed it. And then, my match of the night, the main event, Taichi defeats Tetsuya Naito, as Naito starts off 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
This was very good. It lacked the Taichi bullshit.
Okay. Oh, so it was serious Taichi.
It was serious Taichi. Which, minimal bullshit Taichi. Which
it's probably the best Taichi.
You got the Iron Grow Up when Kanemaru nailed Naito, and then one last rise and secure his first 2 G1 points. So this is early, but Okada has 4, Kenta has 4.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at the G1 standings real quick.
I got them up, so I could do them here. So we got in Block A, Lance Archer, Kenta, and Okada all have 4 apiece. They both have 2 wins. Look Fale, Evil, Will Ospreay, and Sonata all with 2, all with a win apiece. And then Kota Ibushi, Zack Sabre Jr., and Hiroshi Tanahashi have all been shut out so far. As for Block B, we got Moxley, Ishii, and Robinson, all 4 wins apiece, all 4 points apiece. Obviously with the 2 wins. Taichi, Yano, Goto, and Tagagi, all with 2 points, win apiece. And then Cobb, Naito, and Jay White have all been shut out. But obviously, again, it's early. We've only had 2 matches for each guy, so we got a lot.
But 5 of those 6 names are big main event players.
Yes.
You think about it. Who would ever thought that Kota Ibushi, Zack Sabre Jr., Tetsuya Naito, Jay White, and Hiroshi Tanahashi would all start out with 0 points in the G1 Climax? Mm-hmm. This is why I love New Japan Pro Wrestling.
They do give you stuff you don't expect. That is 100% true. They give you some stuff that you see coming, and then some stuff that's like, oh, that's different.
But we had the 3 Korakuen Hall shows. One of them main evented by Will Ospreay versus Kota Ibushi.
Ospreay and Ibushi get to run it back. That's going to be nuts.
Kota Ibushi is sort of like the dumbest man in pro wrestling, but we love Kota here.
We do love Kota.
We do love Kota, and how stupid he is, but sometimes.
Yeah.
But we had to get to this weekend in pro wrestling, even though we already sort of did get into this weekend in pro wrestling. But stateside, and a lot of it happening in my neck of the woods.
Yes. So, we want to talk about Extreme Rules, or what do you want to talk about Evolve first?
Let's talk about Evolve, then Fight for the Fallen, then Extreme Rules.
So, Evolve and Fight for the Fallen happened as pretty much neck and neck with each other. And this was the 10th anniversary show. It took place in the 2300 arena, aka ECW arena. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good show, and D. Coots thought it was a good show as well. I think we both would agree it was the best show on the card. It was the best show of the 3 big ones for the weekend that happened.
Yes, I would agree with that as well.
It was solid from start to finish. And it started with, I think we should, let's see, the order. I'm trying to think of the order of it. That Fatal 4-Way, I think the Fatal 4-Way was
second. No, Briggs and
Anthony Green was first. That's right, yeah.
He probably doesn't like you. Josh Briggs, it was the first.
I thought it was good. Josh Briggs actually does look like he's going to go places in Evolve. I do like Anthony Green. I like Green's collabo with Brandy Lauren. I think that's a solid combo together, and I also love me some Zubas. I'm all for the Zubas. Josh Briggs looks good though. Josh Briggs actually legit looks really good, and that was a good match he had with Ant Green to start the show. Stephen Wolf beating Sean Maluta. You may remember Maluta from the Cruiserweight Classic and from parts of NXT. Stephen Wolf defeated him, Kurt Stalin, and Harlem Bravado. Bravado's character also nice, and a pretty good fatal 4-way. It ended very suddenly, which I was a little bit surprised by. But I thought it was a good fatal 4-way nonetheless. So I was all for it. Arturo Ruiz beating Anthony Henry, and an outcome that came out of nowhere. And Ruiz knocked out Henry. If ever there were a Nyko moment of the week for wrestling, that's it. Ruiz caught it with a nice, I think it was a nice kick to finish the deal. And Henry was out cold once he hit him. I kind of didn't love this no DQ match, although the ending.
Some people were saying this was the match of the weekend.
I like the story. I don't know. I guess it's probably just too much happening, too much interference on the behalf of Brandy Lauren.
Yeah.
But I did. But the ending was very different. I was not expecting that ending. With the dive into the chairs, I was not expecting that ending. But so Brandy Lauren gets the dub there, Babatunde looks like a beast.
Babatunde. If Vince McMahon watched this show, he's probably calling up Babatunde.
If ever there were more ways to get me some more Babatunde, I need those ways. That was.
He is signed, by the way, to WWE,
which I'm very good with. That chop, that first chop he gave him, and the commentary to that chop, well, Lenny Leonard, where it's like, that wasn't sweat coming from Kobe Carino, that was Carino's soul. I thought was perfect.
To which I'm very happy for Gabe and Lenny Leonard. Let's call it like it is. Gabe Sapolsky has been a good wrestling hand for the past 10 years, for over 2 decades, and he finally gets his moment, and Lenny Leonard has been a great commentator. I'm happy for those 2 guys, and I'm happy for a lot of the guys on this card.
To actually get some shine on a big stage. So that's the part about this. Yeah, Babatunde basically destroyed Kobe Carino. Think of it this way. If you remember Steve Carino, yes, that is his kid, and Kobe Carino's probably Steve Carino size. So naturally, Babatunde should easily have defeated Carino, and he did. So the Unwanted, their crew, which looks like a pretty good crew actually, AR Fox and Leon Ruff defeated them for the Evolve Tag Team Championships, and that was dope. I thought that was a good tag match. I like the story that built around it. So good look for AR Fox and Leon Ruff to win the tag titles. I thought that was fun. Then then my favorite match of the night, and probably my favorite match of the weekend, of Riddle and Gulak. Excellent tech wrestling from both parties. This was highly entertaining from bell to bell. Riddle getting it done, but it was highly entertaining from bell to bell. I have no issues here.
This was a sprint.
It really was. And it felt like, I look at the timing of it. It felt, I guess it went on for 15 minutes. It felt faster than that. It was so good. The match itself was so good, and the crowd was hot. The crowd was hot pretty much all night, but this match was so good. Austin Theory, whom I really like. Now, first the Heyman part, which I thought was dope. Heyman's promo, the kind of relive his history inside the 2300, aka ECW arena, I thought was awesome. And then how he kind of put both guys on with the promo that he made, with the ring announcements that he made to introduce Austin Theory and JD Drake for the
unification.
Yeah, for the unification of the WWN and the Evolve Championships. Where Theory came in with Evolved and Drake came in with WWN, and Austin won them both. And the way it happened, it looked like, okay, Drake's going to handle it. Drake's going to finish him, but Theory just wouldn't stay down. And I think that's the impressive part to me about Theory, who absolutely has got an incredibly bright future in Evolve, NXT, WWE, wherever he goes. He's got a bright finisher. I like his finisher too. I'm all for that. And then the main event was Cole versus Tozawa. Solid match.
Yeah.
Pretty solid. Not incredibly blow away, but it was a pretty solid match. And I like Gargano's minor interference, and to kind of keep that story going with Gargano and Cole. Ultimately, it was the Panama Sunrise to Last Shot that finished off Tozawa, but I thought it was a solid match all in all. Evolve, well done. You pretty much kept a solid pace. From start to finish, you kept a really solid pace. So I'm all for that. Good job, Evolve. Now, basically down the street, Extreme Rules, which also happened in Philly, the following night, and you might as well start.
Which is literally down the street.
No, we're not kidding about this.
Quite literally down the street. You just have to take Broad. You have to turn on Oregon and then turn on Broad.
Yes, basically the 2300 arena is on Swatson and Rittner, which is basically, it's a stone's throw away from Oregon, and you can basically get from one arena to the other in about 5-10 minutes, depending on traffic. And basically to start go a tad out of order because I mentioned Gulak before in this show. Gulak was the only one to be on both shows. He ended up defeating and retaining his Cruiserweight Championship from Tony Nese, which was a pretty good match. Why, again, the Cruiserweights are on the pre-show, I don't know. You don't know. It's not a good look. We both like the cruiserweights. Gulak did getting it in against Tony Nese. Good job. Another match I don't think should have been on the pre-show, and Paul Heyman agrees. Shinsuke versus Finn Balor was a pretty productive match. I'm happy that Shinsuke won. It seemed like Shinsuke was MIA. I didn't know Shinsuke had left or what since WrestleMania. Because ever since before he beat Balor on SmackDown last week, we legit hadn't seen him since WrestleMania. And now Shinsuke gets it done. Shinsuke gets the win and wins the Intercontinental Championship. I'm all for this. I'm
all for it too.
Somebody tried to say that Shinsuke was the first to win the Intercontinental titles in both New Japan and WWE, which we're like, wait, you do know Chris Jericho exists, right?
Chris Jericho exists. You know Chris Jericho exists. Yeah.
Yeah, Jericho responded to that tweet too, like with the eyes, like,
you know I exist.
Yeah. only the greatest IC champion in the history of WWE. I mean, like, dude has 9.
And you can actually make the argument that Shinsuke is the greatest IC champion in New Japan.
Yeah. So
because he put that belt on.
He sure did. Yeah, he definitely did make that the workhorse thing in New Japan, and I think Shinsuke could do just that in WWE. But just to advance this part, Mustafa Ali kind of congratulated Shinsuke, which could lead to Mustafa versus Shin. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm all for this. Let's see some new blood for the IC title. I didn't like Finn Balor's reign.
Nah.
To tell the truth, I didn't like Finn Balor's reign. It just didn't do anything. He didn't do anything with the title. So I think Shinsuke can do something.
But it's not his fault.
No, it's not. He just wasn't put on TV. It just I guess wasn't able to have like enough competition for it. Other than Almas, he didn't really have any other competition for it. But I think Shinsuke could draw some people for it. You can get Ali's gonna get involved.
Can I make a hot take? Finn Balor's overrated.
A little bit. I mean, the fangirls he's probably the most adored by fangirls online, but yeah, he's a little bit.
He's overrated. Like he has good matches. His high level is like, his peak is like 4 stars, 4.25. And I'm sorry I'm getting nerdy on this. He's never really had a match that's in this company that's blown me away. It's the same thing with, at least Shinsuke had that match.
The last man standing with Styles.
And the Sami Zayn match.
Yes, the Sami Zayn.
I'm including NXT here too.
Okay. Oh, so you're not gonna go Balor versus Joe that same night? Yeah, Shinsuke was the best match of the two.
Balor Joe was the 4.25 star match, which is Finn Balor's peak.
Okay. Basically, what you're saying here is that Balor doesn't have a classic in WWE.
Yes.
Which I will agree with. I will definitely agree with that.
He never really had a classic in New Japan either. People can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm willing to open it. Rewatch Finn Balor stuff.
Yeah.
I enjoy Finn Balor. It's just I think he's a little overrated.
He's got good matches. Like his match with Brock, for example, this year. The match at the Rumble. Yeah. That was good.
Match.
That was entertaining. It really suspended the thought of, Balor could actually beat him. We talked about suspending disbelief earlier. That was one you could suspend disbelief for. But yeah, I hear you. I actually understand your thinking. The Balor is a tad overrated. Yes, I can actually agree with that.
Now we can move on to a match that had no right being as good as it was.
Yeah, Taker Reigns.
No right had Undertaker working his ass off.
Taker looked really, really good. I don't know what happened here. Did Taker go back in the time machine?
Did we go back to 2005?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We go back to 2005? What happened here?
Undertaker, what did you do? That was really, really good. That was awesome, Taker. When's the last time we saw Taker look that good?
5 years ago?
I mean, seriously,
Punk match Taker?
Yeah, the WrestleMania 29. Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, it's probably right. He looked awesome. He really did.
This wasn't a 4-star match. This was a good 3.5-star match.
3 and a
And
half,
that's
3 and a quarter, yeah.
even Shane McMahon's shitty ass punches. And Shane McMahon's shitty moving around the ring. This was still a 3.5 star match.
It was
And
still really productive.
The Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre exchange, which included Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre almost putting me to sleep.
I love Drew.
This match. I applaud you.
This was good. You really were prepared to dump on this match. The one problem I had, though, and I have the same problem with the mixed tag later. You have 2 matches where there are no rules involved, pretty much. Why are there tags? Yes. Why are you doing tags? And I'm glad the Extreme Rules match kind of cut it out like 2 minutes in. Half this match was constructed like it was a normal tag match. Why? You build this as no holds barred. Let them turn them loose.
Speaking of tag matches that weren't good,
this
Revival.
This wasn't good. This should have been pre-showed.
This wasn't good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this should have been pre-showed instead of Shinsuke and Finn.
It was passable.
It's a passable match because the quality and because there was some quality here. I think my thing about this is that I think Usos and Revival Usos and Revival have another gear that I think they can get to together. I expected them to do that for this match. They just didn't do it. I do think they have another gear. I think there's more coming from those 2 teams, which is fine. I just think there's another gear that they're going to get to. So yeah, it's a 3-star match, probably 3 1/4 maybe.
No, I gave it 2.5.
That's fair. That's fair. If you want to go on low end of the totem pole,
average.
If you want to go, it actually is pretty. It actually is right in the middle. But if you want to go to low end of the totem pole, acceptable. But it's like I think there's more that those 2 can get to. I think there's a higher level that these 2 can actually do. These 2 teams can do together. So I expect more from those. Is what I'm saying.
Aleister Black defeats Cesaro.
Solid. I thought it was a solid match. Cesaro's strength is incredible. As that counter to the Meteora to the pop-up uppercut was dope. It was as hard hitting as you would expect from Cesaro and Aleister. And when Aleister caught him with that black mask was dope. Good match for Cesaro and Aleister. So I was happy with this.
Bayley, Alexa Bliss, yuck.
Glad this rivalry's over. This dragged on a bit too long for me too. I got the same issue with the Fatal 4-Way with Alexa was involved in on Raw. It dragged on too long. If you cut the time by a third on both matches, you'd have done so much better on both parties. Bayley was the right person.
They were chanting, "This is awful," and Alexa Bliss was acting like they were doing a competent job. They weren't doing a competent job. They were botching everything.
It dragged on too long. It was the Fatal 4-Way on Raw just dragged on way too long. And this match, Extreme Rules, was better than that because not much wasn't. But it was the right ending happened. Bayley was the rightful winner. Bayley to end this thing with Alexa. Alexa really doesn't need to be champion right now, honestly, unless they're going after the tag titles with Nikki. But I think it's fine that Bayley remains champion. And just to advance that whole thing, Bayley was Ember Moon's choice of a partner to deal with Sonya and Mandy, and Bayley and Ember ended up winning, which led to Bayley ended up challenging Ember for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam, and that's a match I love to see.
Fucking God.
Yes, I want that. I'm all for Ember facing Bayley, and hopefully, I kind of hope Ember wins. I like watching Ember Moon wrestle, and I think that's going to be a really good challenge for both parties. I think it'll be a really good challenge together. To kind of advance this on Raw, Natalya won in the Fatal 4-Way to get to the number 1 contendership for the Raw Women's Championship, and I'll explain later who Natalya will face. Next up, we have the
Last Man Standing match.
Last Man Standing with Braun and Bobby Lashley.
They were just big and dumb.
I liked it more than you did.
No, I mean it in the most complimentary way.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's just 2 big.
You know what I mean? This was just 2 big idiots just crashing into each other. Good 3.5 star match.
It was. I
just
really
don't like Last Man Standing matches. I don't like. It reminds me of Sesame Street. 1. Ha ha ha. 2.
That counts.
Ha ha ha. 3. That's how they count.
That's true. That's pretty elementary. The match itself, referee aside, I enjoyed it, and don't mind the renovations. They've been talking about the renovations of Wells Fargo Center for a couple years now. They should be finished, those renovations, I think, this year on the building, which is why you saw like the parts of the building were kind of closed off. Good match from start to finish. Good way to end this feud with Lashley and Strowman.
And then Braun looking like the Kool-Aid man.
Effectively, yes. I thought that was funny. The Kool-Aid. What he's referring to, if you don't know, is the Kool-Aid man from Family Guy. Whenever everyone says, "Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no."
No, that's what the Kool-Aid man does normally.
It is. But it's always funny. It's always funny. Strowman finishing with that power slam off that stanchion, off that sand, on through that area there, I thought was dope. So good way to end it. Strowman wins last man standing. Believe the tag match was next.
This was fucking awesome.
The tag match was awesome. The tag match was dope.
Daniel Bryan and Big E, I need to see this match.
Yeah, more of Daniel Bryan and Big E. Yeah, when we've seen them wrestle before against each other, but it just worked. They just work together. It's just really good chemistry between the two. And
Big E acting like it's doing his best Tomohiro Ishii impression. He's like, "Yeah, is that all you got, bitch?"
Yeah, pretty much.
I want to see Big E versus Tomohiro Ishii.
That would actually be awesome.
That would actually be fucking awesome.
That would actually be really good. Just see two big dudes with their bona fide strength, who are all power and all strength with underrated speed on both parties. I think that would actually work out really well. New Day gets it done to win the tag titles again. I enjoyed all that. I enjoyed the silliness of Heavy Machinery. I love me some Heavy Machinery. They'll be tag team champions soon. I have to think they'll be tag team champions one day and one day soon. But I did enjoy this match from bell to bell, start to finish. Definitely the best match on Extreme Rules.
I thought after this match, this pay-per-view fell off. Except for the Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Owens' promo was great. The squash match with Ziggler, I kind of wish it wasn't a squash.
No, it was perfect because Dolph Ziggler doesn't. Because I don't ever want to see Dolph Ziggler again.
And Ziggler doing the whole thing with Miz, I guess. I mean, yeah. we loved his Circle 2016, but I
don't want to see that again.
I don't think we need to see it again. I'd rather see Miz do other stuff.
I want to, and I don't need to. How about that?
That's fair. That's fine. I think it's I just want to see Miz do other things. You don't have to do that with you don't have to do that with Dolph anymore. Miz is advanced his career much higher than Dolph did. It's Ziggler should do other stuff, and Miz should do other things in WWE. It's just not necessary.
And then AJ Styles Ricochet had a dull match. I can't believe I'm saying this.
I'm shocked too.
It was dull.
Yeah, I thought.
Let's move on. I don't have any more thoughts than that. We talked about Owen Ziggler. Kofi and Samoa Joe sucked.
It was stale. I thought that match would be better too, and it just wasn't.
A hot take: Kofi Kingston's title reign sucks.
It's been underwhelming. The best match Kofi's had since he's been champion was with Owens, but the best one-on-one because the Triple Threat match with Zayn and AJ was pretty good. But the best since he's been champion has been with Owens, and he hasn't had that blow-away classic championship defense. He's faced good competition, yes, but he hasn't had the blow-away title defense. That's the one you look back to when it comes to Kofi's WWE Championship reign when he eventually loses it. He hasn't had that yet.
He needs to lose the title.
And that's
Come on now.
I think Kofi will lose it. I would have given it SummerSlam that he and New Day probably all lose their titles all at once, but we'll see. And then the main event, which was the Extreme Rules match, where you expect to see weapons, fine. The end of days was shocking. I did not see that coming. I think that's which is sad. That's more the takeaway from this match than the actual match was. With the fact that Corbin hit the EOD on Becky.
No, the best part of the segment was the cash-in.
And then Heyman, who teased it for several weeks, the cash-in finally goes down. Lesnar cashes in on Seth. 2 Germans in an F5 later. Lesnar's the Universal Champion. And though normally I do not like Lesnar as Universal or WWE Champion because he holds those titles hostage. But I think in this case, I don't think this is going to be a long title reign. I honestly think they did this to put more people in the seats inside SummerSlam, to put SummerSlam on, to give SummerSlam more of that name and that prestige. And then Lesnar loses the title to Seth, and then everyone moves on. I honestly think that's what's going to happen here. If it doesn't, then we got a problem. But I think that's going to be the end game, is that Lesnar loses it to Seth, and then we all just move on from there. And honestly, the first guy I want to see Seth fight is Bobby Lashley after this. If it's not Bobby Lashley, McIntyre. It's got to be one of those two after Seth gets it back. And why I say Seth getting it back is that Seth won a battle royal with a lot of the people that I just mentioned, also adding Sami Zayn involved here, to become number 1 contender for his championship, for Lesnar's Universal Championship. Meanwhile, I mentioned Natalya before, and obviously this kind of carries on the Becky Lynch part. Natalya won the Fatal 4-Way with Naomi, Carmella, and Alexa, beating Alexa last, to have her one-on-one match with Becky as she returns to her home country of Canada.
I don't care. I don't care. I think Natty sucks. Natty's overrated too. Let me throw on all the overrated people on this roster. Natty.
All right. You want to go like all overrated team? All right, let's see it. Like, who's on your all
overrated team? Baron Corbin. You know that is a definite. Let me look at the roster right now.
Okay.
WWE roster. So let me look at.
Are we talking? Okay, now we're gonna go like overrated in terms of like their style, or overrated in terms of you're in the wrong division. Like Corbin should be in the U.S. title picture, not the Universal Championship.
We're doing both here because let me get connected back onto the internet with my computer.
Because I totally agree with Finn being on the all overrated team. Because I like Balor, I don't love Balor.
The all overrated team. That's what we're gonna call this. The all overrated team.
So let's do it like this. So 2 men that should be in the U.S. picture but aren't. 2 or the like secondary picture. 2 men that are in the heavyweight picture.
Let's just call it. Let's just call it what it is.
How many people are we putting on this?
We can put as many as we want. It's not an all overrated team.
Okay, fine. All right, fair enough.
All right, so Raw. So the whole McMahon family's overrated, except for Triple H.
Yes.
Shane McMahon. We haven't seen Stephanie.
And we haven't seen Vince.
We haven't seen Vince. So Shane McMahon, you're on the overrated team. AJ Styles. Yes, you are on the overrated team because you have sucked the last year. But you're an all-time great, so I can make you an excuse. But right now, where you're positioned and whatnot, you're overrated.
Other than the match with Seth and Money in the Bank, he really has not had that blow-away match this year. I will buy that. His match with Orton at WrestleMania
and most underrated team. We can go most underrated. Let's put Akam and Razor on the most underrated team.
You know, I'm happy to see that you've turned around on offensive pain because I always loved that duo.
Baron Corbin, Bobby.
Hello.
Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt. You're all on the overrated team.
I like Lashley more than you do, but who would you say were the other ones?
Baron Corbin.
Agreed.
For obvious reasons. We don't need to get into it this week.
No, we talked. You talked about it for a while now.
Braun Strowman's overrated. Just in my opinion.
He's misused to me.
The
fact that Strowman hasn't won a world championship yet is a crime. And he absolutely should have won one in 2017, and he never did, which I thought that was criminal what WWE did to him on that regard.
And I'm like, Bray Wyatt, what the fuck?
I love
You're basically doing the same thing.
I love the mask thing of Bray.
Fuck Bray Wyatt. Fuck Bray Wyatt.
We've always disagreed on Bray.
He's on the fucking overrated team. He's on my overrated team. Cedric Alexander, you're on the underrated team. Brock Lesnar's in the category of his own on the overrated team.
Lesnar, yes. Cedric Alexander, I love this win over Drew McIntyre, but I think they could do more with Cedric. I wish they were on SmackDown.
Cesaro, underrated team.
Cesaro's actually really underrated, and he's another one that's misused.
But I don't think he's a little overrated because he doesn't need to be in the world title picture, but he needs to be an upper mid carder. That's
as in always, at least if he's not world champion, at the very least he's U.S. or Intercontinental.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be in the world title picture.
No, he does. Yeah, I wouldn't mind him going after Kofi personally.
No, he does not.
Oh, yeah, you say he doesn't need to be. Okay. I can throw him on and give him a title.
You're just bottom of the barrel. Zack Ryder, you're at the bottom of the barrel. EC3, you're at the bottom of the barrel.
Yep.
Revival, you're almost on the overrated team because you haven't had a good match since NXT. Drew McIntyre, you're definitely on the overrated team.
I like McIntyre a whole lot more than you do.
Eric Young, you're at the bottom of the barrel.
True.
Eric and Ivar, you can be on the underrated team because you're just not being used properly.
They're misused too.
Fandango, fuck Fandango.
I never really liked Fandango, honestly.
Grand Metalik, you're on the underrated team because you're one of the best luchadors in the world and you never wrestle.
He's really improved. All other Metalik
hasn't always been this good. That's the thing. He's always been this good. He's been misused in every company he's been in. He was
sloppy. There were points for him and Dorado were sloppy on 205, but it really improved their skill. So I'm happy with.
Jimmy and Jey Uso, you're okay where you are.
Jimmy and Jey Uso are fine. Yeah, so they're a top tier tag team and they should be.
Overrated.
As what?
Not that. Koita's overrated.
He gets put on more than he probably should. He's had a pretty good career for himself, but it would be nice to see Metalik get some more shine as a part of that group.
Carl Anderson, you're fine. Connor and Victor, you're fine because you guys suck.
Yeah, the Ascension's... Who do you think was the most disappointing NXT call-up? Because I think the Ascension has to be on the top of that list for me.
Finn Balor?
Because we expected he's going to be world champion many times over, but he only had one night with it because of the injury. Understandable.
Rey Mysterio, you stay where you are. I'm not even going to mention Mojo Rawley and No Way Jose, even though I just did. The Miz, you're fine. You're actually one of the better people in this roster.
Yep.
If I had my choice of guys I would just push at the top, I think Seth Rollins is overrated, honestly.
Okay.
Because you're getting into fights that you... I would just put Ricochet to the moon, honestly. Because he's a fucking star, and no one else shows star qualities. And then I would have Sami Zayn as the foil.
Ricochet is absolutely box office. He is incredibly box office.
My world title scene on Raw would be Ricochet, Sami Zayn, and Seth.
Okay.
Because I think Seth Rollins is overrated, but I don't think he's overpushed. Because he actually shows quality. I think AJ Styles is washed up. I think...
Oh, wow. You think AJ should be more of a gatekeeper?
Yeah, he's washed up. He hasn't had a good match in a year.
Except for Rollins and MITB.
Yeah. The Miz, I'm not saying he's totally washed up, but he can still have a good match, but he's not going to have the phenomenal performances that we are accustomed to seeing him have.
And I would have the Miz.
I would turn Miz heel, and those are my four.
So okay, your core four in the world title picture, would it be Rollins, Ricochet? You say Rollins, Ricochet, Sammy, and Miz would be your fourth? And Miz is your fourth.
Miz would be my fourth because no one else exudes star power. Unless if you call up Adam Cole. Which they're probably going to do.
Which, to me, I think if you call Cole, I think you might have to call up all the other ones of Undisputed Era.
Which I'm fine with, okay?
Which is perfectly cool.
Which is perfectly cool. Okay. I'm fine with them calling up undefeated era because that's tag division needs. Even though we thought
I think NXT's tag division is pretty set.
Main roster's just overrated overall.
There's a lot of parts like, you're overhyped. Like you're
and then
being pushed too strong in some cases.
Like Kofi Kingston needs to get lost. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're a good mid-card hand, but you're not in the main eventer. If I had my choice of guys I would push to the moon, I would still have Daniel Bryan in the fucking world title picture. The fact that he's in the fucking tag team division is fucking a crime.
I get why it puts Rowan on. I get why they did that for at least for Rowan's sake. But I agree with you. I think Bryan should be
there are more stars there are more guys with star quality on SmackDown than there are.
Agreed. No, yeah, SmackDown's got a whole lot more depth.
Alistair, Andrade, Ali.
Those are three guys that push. Buddy Murphy, I push.
Buddy Murphy, I definitely push. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Buddy Murphy, I push.
Underrated, yeah.
Yeah. It's a crime that Buddy Murphy hasn't been used the way he really at all since he got called up.
Like, well, my world title scene would be totally different on. Owens would definitely be like my 10th piece.
Owens looks like he's going to be nuclear hot for the next year and a half. This screams WWE Championship.
Randy Orton. I'm tired of seeing Randy Orton in the fucking title picture. Fuck Randy Orton.
Orton would be my gatekeeper on SmackDown.
Orton's my gatekeeper. Yeah.
Orton's the gatekeeper because like he's the kind of guy where like he can put on a whole lot of people, but Orton doesn't really need to win anymore. Like, he's probably a first ballot Hall of Famer in WWE circles if he did nothing else. It's not necessary for Randy to do anything else.
Right. So I just don't care about Randy Orton.
Like, I get it. You put him on. You put him on like big matches and big shows. Like I like.
And I would fucking push Big E to the fucking moon.
Big E would be awesome. Big E would be an awesome world champion. I think Big E would be a tremendous world champion. I really do.
Like, I'm looking WWE better than.
Big E would be an awesome world champion. Yeah, I think Big E has.
And there's no star. And I'm sorry to say it. I feel bad saying it. Charlotte Flair's the biggest star of all the women. And it's not even close.
No, it's not.
Becky is okay.
Becky's had a good run.
She's on the overrated team, honestly.
Becky's had a good run with the championship. Like, she's had a good run over the last year. But Charlotte is your
Becky Lynch is not as good as people think she is. That's just my opinion.
She puts herself on, just puts herself over well. I like Becky. I like me some Becky Lynch. I'm all for Becky. But yeah, Charlotte definitely is her centerpiece. And I think Charlotte just needs different rivalries. I think Charlotte just needs different blood. You know, I've been saying Charlotte versus Ember needs to happen yesterday, and we haven't seen that yet.
And then NXT Future Stars, because we'll just do it. Damian Priest is too old. I'm sorry to say for my boy Punishment.
Okay.
He's like in his late 30s, dude.
Mm.
Cole, I'm putting on the main roster right away, and I'm putting
Yui. I call up Yui as a whole. They've done.
Yeah, I'm going up Yui as a whole. Yes.
And I put them in their proper divisions right away. I call all four up to
I don't call up Gargano because I'm scared of what Vince McMahon would think of him. So I'm just saving Gargano until Vince dies.
or completely hands off all the reins to him and Bischoff, Triple H, and everyone, whoever else.
Right. Because
that's fair.
I don't trust. Somebody I do trust Vince with is Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle. I would call them up right away too.
I think Velveteen, though I would like to have seen him be NXT champion, I think Velveteen's been a very good North American champion. I think the sky's the limit for Velveteen. It absolutely is.
And if Ciampa is good after the neck surgery, I call up Ciampa.
Yeah, I think Ciampa did all that he could do. Ciampa beat all the other best guys as NXT champion. There's not much more Ciampa could do here.
And then the UK roster, I'm fucking calling up Walter and Dunn. Because
Walter, to me, Walter and all of the BSBs, all four guys I call up now.
I'm not calling up Tyler Bate because I'm scared of what Vince McMahon will do to Tyler Bate.
Oh, okay, it's Gargano syndrome for you. Okay, understandable.
It's Gargano. It's the same thing with Gargano. Yeah. Tyler Bate definitely has
skilled. Yeah, I think he's a more skilled Gargano, but yeah, I understand what you're thinking.
I fucking call up Walter because Walter's just...
He oozes charisma and basically has to say 3 sentences. It's a beautiful thing.
And I fucking call up Grizzled Young Veterans.
GYVs are awesome. GYVs are a great team.
Specifically Zach Gibson because he can cut a fucking promo.
Zach Gibson is such a great heel. He's such an excellent heel. He really is.
I fucking call up Tony Storm because Tony Storm has more star quality than any of the women in... Not named
Charlotte? Not named Charlotte?
No, she has more star quality than Charlotte, in my opinion.
Really? I don't...
I like Tony Storm a lot. I'm a big Tony Storm fan.
I get you. I like Tony too. I'm with it. I'm with this whole Tony Stein business. I don't know if she's a bigger star than Charlotte, but I'm with you.
I think if you put her right, yeah, she could be.
The other woman I would call... The other 2 women I would call up right now, and these people are on NXT... Not Candace. The other people I would call up right now in NXT are Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, Bianca. No. Forget my Tony Storm take for a second. Bianca Belair is the fucking superstar, and you need to love
Bianca Belair. I love everything.
Yeah, she uses more charisma than Charlotte.
Yes. Belair.
Need to fucking push Bianca Belair
to stratosphere.
Sorry, this got into a deeper WWE discussion, but
no, Bianca Belair is to me, she's the woman on NXT or NXT UK that could carry it on a star level. And
I can cut the WWE roster in like half. Between main roster and NXT, like there are so many guys I don't need on my WWE TV. So, but
yeah, I think Bianca Belair is what I think Sasha Banks absolutely should be. Well, they got, to me, and that's the first rivalry I push if Sasha comes back. That's the first rivalry I push is her and Sasha. The charisma is there, the swagger is there, the hunger is there, that fire and that passion to succeed and prove everyone wrong is there with both parties. To me, either they're a tag team together, or that's the first rivalry for Bianca when she gets called to the main roster. I love it. I think Bianca Belair has got star and champion written all over her many times over, and it needs to be called. It's just, unless she wins the NXT Women's Championship, there's nothing more she really needs to do in NXT. Mia Yim I like, but I think Mia Yim is fine in NXT right now until Mia wins the title and basically beats Shayna, so Shayna can get called up. But those are the 2 are Shayna and Bianca that I would call up from the women's division right now. I think the 2 other 4 horsewomen I think I think they should stay put and get a little bit more time, but eventually they get called up.
And then if I was AEW, I'd say fucking LAX. LAX is LAX are free agents, so I'd fucking sign LAX. So like, I would offer them an obscene amount of money because they're honestly one of the best tag teams.
I'll put the tag division on real nice. And
that tag division's already very good, but then you put LAX in it, yeah.
That'd be really nice. I think that'd be a really good way to go.
And then
tag division.
This is the thing. New Japan has about the same size main roster as the WWE main roster. I wouldn't get rid of any of them because they're all pushed properly.
Yep.
But
they are pushed better than at least they're utilized better.
They're utilized to their best So that's just my thing. So AEW Fight for the Fallen.
A show I thought was solid. Nothing super blow away, but I thought it was a very solid show from start to finish.
Yes. Did you watch the pre-show? I didn't.
I really didn't either. I was just obviously doing the production for the Spikes games. So I didn't. I tuned in. I think with the first match, and pretty much stayed with it for the most part. Otherwise,
MJF, Shawn Spears, Sammy Guevara defeat Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and Joey Janela. And I love the layers of character here.
Yes. Speaking of future stars, MJF is certainly one of them.
MJF, you're getting pushed to the fucking moon.
I love me some MJF. As we mentioned this before, I think after Double or Nothing, MJF's the type of dude where you want to if you're facing him, you want to punch him in the face. But if you're watching from afar, you don't want him to get punched in the face.
You still want him to get punched in the face, but you acknowledge he's pretty good.
Yes. I think again, we're just giving a say, like you kind of want him to get punched in the face either way, but you kind of secretly cheer for MJF.
And then Spears, man, what a lease on life this guy has.
What a difference a change makes. What a difference a company change makes. He looks so much more comfortable and much more relaxed as part of MJF. As part of AEW. He's just
and then you had the inner tension between Spears and MJF because MJF. This tag match was awesome. I went 4 stars on it because
he's one of Cody's boys. That's right. And MJF is loyal to Cody. Oh, that's gonna be such a turn. Oh, I'm looking forward to the day where MJF turns on Cody. That's gonna be start something with there. That's gonna be so good. Oh, that's gonna be good.
This was all action and strong character work. 4 stars. This was great.
It was.
Speaking of not great, Brandy Rhodes stinks. She needs to get out of the ring.
Somebody on the social suplex chat was like, "Is basically Brandy Rhodes is the Lacey Evans of AEW?" I think was that. I kind of look at it. It's like that's not a terrible comparison. That's a really good comparison. On the outside, she looks. They both look gorgeous. And oh, by the way, supreme troll move by Lacey Evans, riding Seth on the back of her pants. The supreme troll move by Lacey Evans. But yeah, but they both look gorgeous. But at the same time, neither really ready for that life. Neither really ready to be anywhere close to be a champion right now. And both need a whole lot more work in the wrestling department. But they absolutely both look the part.
Yeah, so that's all I need to say about that. The Dark Order defeats Angelico and Jack Evans and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus is a fucking star.
Love Luchasaurus. I do like Jungle Boy and his crew, and Jungle Boy Luchasaurus. And I love that finisher. I love the fatality finisher from Dark Order. That's such a good finisher. I love that finish. They're going to be a team.
But the breakout stars of this match wasn't the Dark Order, and it needed to be the Dark Order.
Yes.
Because it bombed. The Dark Order had a good showing, but not a great showing.
Not the showing they should have. Yeah, that's very fair.
Still a 4-star match, and I'm like... But still, it's like... Hangman Page defeats Kip Sabian. This match was way too long.
Agreed. Yeah, it dragged. I didn't like the power of
it should have been a 12-minute compact match.
It felt like a half hour or so.
It was 19 minutes.
It felt like it was longer than that. It was...
I like the post-match angle. I would belt up Jericho and make Page my pet project.
That's fair. I think that's understandable. I'm trying to think who your top face, not named Omega and Moxley, would be.
Page.
You put Page third. Okay.
I put Page third. But
I think that's
Omega,
also fair.
you build it to a Moxley Jericho.
Yes. Whatever your biggest show of the year is going to be in AEW, that's your main.
Yeah.
Completely understand.
You like SoCal Uncensored versus Lucha Bros.
Lucha Bros team, they just pop off the screen for me. I don't mind SoCal. SoCal's a good tag team. Lucha Bros just jumps off the page for me, and I just find them to be a all in all very productive team. That's a really good team. They and I think Lucha Bros. If ever that, I think there should be whoever the first tag team champions are for AEW. I probably have them as such, and probably them fight the Dark Order. I think would be the first thing I would do with them. And eventually, obviously, you build up the SoCal and other squads, but I think Lucha Bros would be the first team I would say in the tag champions, honestly. And I love what Lucha Bros can do in the ring. Plus, the ladder match challenge with the Bucks, I think, is going to be awesome.
Yeah, the ladder match is going to be fun. Kenny Omega defeats Shima. This was very good.
Highly entertaining from start to finish. We kind of expected it to be because of the level of work that both parties can put in. But yeah, I was really, really into this match. Very good from bell to bell. Didn't feel like it took too long, so I'm all for it. A little repetitive at times, but I think it was a good match.
Yeah, a little repetitive, but Kenny is going to do the V trigger like 10,000 times.
Yes, pretty much. Yes,
pretty much. But Kenny's really good at doing the V trigger. But then the Bucks and Cody and Dawson. It was disappointing. It was a 3-star match.
Considering the build-up that led up to this, yeah. I think the expectations that we had for it, considering how well Dustin looked and how well obviously Cody looked in his 2.
I don't think it was Dustin's fault. I just think the structure of the match. They put in a good 15-minute match and stretched it to 30. Because this was a half hour.
Mm-hmm. It should have been. I think yeah. Even if it were 20, I think it would have been fine.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think it would have been fine there, but I think it was at least 10 minutes too long.
But another enjoyable show from AEW, and the show looked different because it was in an amphitheater too. So I liked that.
I like the stage. I like the stage the staging they put on for it, and also the other thing that we didn't cover with this show, the Kongs, I think would be a pretty good match. Awesome in Asia and Asha Kong. Both would be very entertaining. So I think that would be I'll be all for looking at that match.
So let's do the same roster going through the roster for AEW. Because we don't really need to do it with New Japan because New Japan has a structure. I would fucking get rid of Alex Marvez.
Okay.
Alex Marvez needs to go because his commentary sucked. Just do JR and Excalibur. Because Jim Ross is not that bad with Excalibur.
No, they seem pretty productive together.
But you have your main event scene. It's going to be Jericho and MJF, and whenever Pac gets his fucking visa.
Yeah. Jericho.
Those are your 3 main heels. Your 3 main bases are Mega Moxley and Cody.
Yes. I can agree with all that. Yeah.
Shima is your number 4 babyface who is the gatekeeper of the.
Mm-hmm.
Shima is in a similar role to Randy Orton.
That's fine.
And then number 4 on the heel side, I would put, or like a Janela or something like that. There's so much death in AEW.
Janela would be a solid heel. Janela's a better heel
than he is a babyface.
I can agree with that. I can live with that. I can see him as like the cocky, not MJF cocky, but that kind of cocky type of.
Like a pretty boy.
Yeah.
And you have your tag division, which is the best part of this.
You change nothing about the tag division. All parties
involved.
Oh,
you change nothing. You add LAX, and then it's like,
yes,
you're off and running.
Yeah. You change other than adding LAX, you change nothing about this tag division. It is perfect as it is. You do nothing with that. If
I love Private Party too,
and Private Party's not a bad team as well. But I think when it comes to if they ever build like an Intercontinental Championship, I like Darby Allin is a guy I like.
Darby Allin, yeah, I like Darby Allin too.
He's a guy I like.
Singles wrestlers, honestly.
Probably. Because I think he may have too much in the World Championship picture. Because the first guy I probably put on as IC champion is MJF.
Yeah.
I think I put him in the Intercontinental just to have him as like he's the first champion, and eventually Darby Allin will be the guy who beats him. I think.
Okay.
And then after that, probably Shawn Spears. I'm kind of torn on Spears. Like, to put him in the heavyweight division or put him in the IC.
Put him in the IC because he's a gatekeeper.
I can put him. Yeah, I can put him. I can see him also. So
let me see how old he is. Too, which is a factor. He's been wrestling for like.
I had to think
38.
Oh, he's 38.
38.
Okay. He can be a gatekeeper, but he's got a couple championship runs in him.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like I'm just more my confidence is gaining with AEW. The pre-show, the Librarians weren't as bad as the first two appearances of the Librarians, and they actually got beat.
Which is fine.
So I think that's good.
And then you have your women's division, which you have. Who would lead the women's division?
Yeah, the Japanese girls.
Both of them, I think, are absolutely probably at the top. Both of them are there. The Kongs are going to be around as they should be. And who's the other woman that the Japanese girls fought in the last show? Because she's the other one she's got some promise. Not title promise yet, but she's got some promise. It was the other woman that both Japanese girls fought in that triple threat.
Rio and
what was her name? Because she's got some promise as well, but it's
Hikaru Shida.
Yep,
Hikaru Shida. No, it's on Double or Nothing. Oh, I forget. Honestly, you put the Japanese girls and Britt Baker.
And Baker, yeah. And Baker should be there too. Right. Baker definitely should be there. And those and probably Baker is the first champion.
Probably Allie too. Because I don't blame Allie on that match. I blame more Brandy Rhodes.
Yeah, Allie's fine. Yeah, Allie would be fine.
Yuka Sakazaki. That was her name.
Yes. Nyla Rose is a. I think Nyla Rose has got a future.
It's a good pet project.
Yeah, she's got a future. I think give her a year and a half. I think she can be champion in the year and a half. Okay, I think there is some serious problems with Nyla Rose. But yeah, definitely Britt Baker and Kylie. And I think she should be the spearhead, the leader of that division. Or at least the first champion of that division. But I think, the women's division has some promise. Of the three divisions, probably the weakest of the three. But it's not to say that they're bad. It's just that the tag team division is incredibly stacked. And both male singles divisions look like they're going to be very productive too.
Yes. So we are midway through the year.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to end the show on this. Match of the year.
Let's see. We've had some classics in here. I mean, your list is probably like that list you made. spreadsheet I think he did was overloaded with classics.
And that was months ago. My God.
Yeah.
My
Think about that.
I haven't updated that thing in months.
Good question. Matches of the year. Matches I look at from each company, I guess, is one way to kind of explore this. I did enjoy matches I've enjoyed, would include Ospreay and Shingo, the final of Best of Super Junior. I definitely enjoyed Ospreay and Ibushi from Wrestle Kingdom. Was really dope.
I thought Tanahashi. Right now, Ospreay Shingo is my number one.
Yeah, that match was really. It's probably so far the best from New Japan this year. Obviously, is Ospreay Shingo. Let's see.
Gargano Cole to
Gargano Cole in Brooklyn was definitely was the best. It's a shame because Walter and Dunn were excellent in Brooklyn, but they were top like Gargano Cole. And I think everything about that match.
That Will Ospreay Bandito match too.
Okay.
I don't even need to have this discussion about Wrestler of the Year because it's so universal right now. Will Ospreay's your Wrestler of the Year.
Ospreay's won that award. The only thing that needs that to be.
He's having a great Q1 too, so it's like.
Who's second is the better question of Wrestler of the Year. Okay.
I would put Pac there. He had this match in Riptide Pro Wrestling with Karen Noir. That was really good. It's up for free on their YouTube page. I just think Pac has worked to his characters very well. And I watched Dragon Gate too, so it's like easier for me to say Pac, but I don't know who would be number 2 in the major companies. Because AEW hasn't done enough.
Right. Yeah, they're more so looking for whoever 2020 who would be their best people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a
New Japan race.
And
Will Ospreay slapped the field is not even funny.
Ospreay's put out some classics, and it's
every match Will Ospreay puts on, it's a classic this year. This is an all-time great year for Will Ospreay.
Oh, what are they going to do with him after G1? I think is going to be really telling. What they do with him after G1 is going to be very, very interesting.
I love that Rocky Romero Phantasma match too. The Box versus Phoenix, and so your top 10 matches according to Meltzer: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He hasn't really gone too 5 happy this year. It's only rated 2, 4, 6, 8 matches 5 stars and above because he broke his own scale.
He does.
But if we took almost every Will Ospreay match this year as the horse bears, it's just ridiculous. So Will Ospreay's money running both Flair says and most outstanding, because I think Will Ospreay has been leaned on to draw some houses during the junior tour, and he has. So he has Drew, and maybe Okada too, because he's the IWGP champion. And then I would just do that. And then I would put Pac for 3rd.
Okada's had a good year. It's
not like Okada's having a bad year. It's Will Ospreay is just that fucking good.
Ospreay's just been so blow away. It's like, are you kidding me? What's going on here with Will?
Like Will, it's literally indescribable what Will Ospreay's doing. It's almost like what Kazuchika Okada was doing 2 years ago.
I think that was the other thing I was kind of considering. Like, what kind of years did you put Will on here? Like, what kind of like level? Like, how crazy of a year? Like, Omega's had some great years, but like, has Omega?
Omega hasn't had a year like the Okada Ospreay year,
right?
Where Okada in I believe it was 16 or 17. Every Okada match was fucking phenomenal, and then Will Ospreay just took that to another level. And I thought Walter's 2018.
I thought Omega was wrestler of the year for 2018, or did he only win one of the two?
Let me look at the awards.
I'm pretty sure Omega won. Omega had a year where he was head and shoulders the best.
2018.
Was 2018. Yeah, where he finally beat Okada, and he had classics leading up to it. He had the classic with Jericho. He had good matches with Okada.
He to me, and I'm just saying this. Yeah, he won the award last year.
Right.
But he didn't lap the field.
It was okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, it wasn't. There was a debate with Omega's year.
Because he had Kota Ibushi on his heels. He had Okada on his heels.
Right. But there is none for this.
There was no debate on like best draw and stuff like that in wrestling. Omega was the best draw, but in terms of having great matches, I thought Walter had a better year than Omega in 2018.
You just like Walter's quality better. Yeah.
And I thought Will Ospreay had a better 2018 than Omega.
You liked his quality better. But Omega had the whole package.
Let me give you the years of most outstanding wrestler. Let's just do that. Because that will give me a great look on like great years in pro wrestling history. Because normally Okada in 2017 was phenomenal. Who else? Last real WWE guy to win that award was John Cena in 2010 for Flair Faz.
Which, yeah, looking back at Cena's 2010, he had the rivalry with Batista, and then he had the whole thing with Nexus, which I really did enjoy that. And yeah, I think no one's seen Cena in 2010 from WWE. Which, let's see. Because
he won Tanahashi. Tanahashi won 3 straight years in 2011 to 20. You could say Styles, but part of that was the New Japan run, too, in 2016.
Yeah, I would have argued AJ for 2016. I would definitely would have argued AJ. Because, yeah, it was seamless from when he ended in New Japan and then instantly turned into the best guy in WWE. Like, it was seamless what AJ did.
So here's the history of the Flair Faz Award. And then we'll look at most outstanding as well, because I think Will Ospreay is a good contender for both. Harley Race in 80 and 81 for NWA. Flair won it from 82 to 86. This is why they call it the Flair Faz Award.
Flair won it for 4 straight years. Fair enough.
5 straight years.
5 straight years, yeah.
82 to 86. 5 straight years.
Yeah, that's 5. Yeah, that's 5 straight.
And then Ricky Choshu won it in... I don't know much about Ricky Choshu, and was he making great matches or was he drawing? Kira Maeda, that was more of a draw. Ric Flair in 89. Ric Flair 89 is a year you think of creatively and at the box office. Flair won it in 92 as well. Cerruta.
That's 8 for Flair? That's 7 for
8
Flair
for
now?
Flair.
That's 8 for Flair.
And Flair doesn't win the award again.
So his last one was 92. It was the year he won the Rumble. Okay.
Year he won the Rumble, yeah, and 1 year he won the title for the WWF.
Right.
Flair 89, I would argue, but we don't have enough house show matches. This is the thing. We see everything now.
True.
So, let's go to most outstanding, which started being awarded in 86. So, Flair in 86-87, Fujinami in 88, Flair in 89.
That's 3 out of 4 for Flair.
And then 3 straight years for Liger. Then 2 straight years for Kenta Kobashi in 93 and 94. 95 was Manami Toyota, the only female to win the award.
In
95. Imagine that.
And
Rey Mysterio in 96. Sal in 97 is an interesting case. Great in-ring years. I would say Flair 89.
You think it would be maybe the best all-around year? Okay.
Flair had the best overall all-around year up until Okada in 2017. But this is best in-ring. So Flair in 89, which he also had a great year in the box office. And then Misawa in 97.
1 second.
Which he also won the Flair Stats Award. I'm just thinking out loud. 06, Danielson having a great year in Ring of Honor. And then New Japan has won. So I'm just thinking out loud.
Of guys who had those signature years.
To me, in ring one, I'm thinking more in ring. So Misawa 97.
Okay.
Because Misawa had a legendary year in 97. I need to go back and watch a lot of Misawa. Kobashi in 93. Also, Bryan Danielson in 06. That was peak Danielson.
In terms of pure wrestling, yes.
So, and then AJ Styles won it in 2014 and 15 and 2016. Tanahashi won it in 12 and 13. Okada won. The only real comparable years to what Ospreay is doing.
Seems like Flair 89.
Misawa 97. And Danielson 06. And Okada in 2017.
So at worst, it's the 5th best all-around wrestling year of all time. At worst.
And we're seeing everything Ospreay's doing. Whether
that's true.
And you could make the case.
This could be the greatest wrestling year of all time for any one individual person.
In ring, yeah. And we're only in July, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, wow. That's scary.
I'm not trying to, blow smoke up Will Ospreay's butt. It's like, we have to stay facts here. It's like...
We're seeing the quality of stuff that he's doing. We're seeing the quality of stuff that he's actually doing. And he's put on people. He's had some incredible moments. He absolutely has the moment of the year where with the Hurricane Rana spot with Ibushi. And they both do the look back like, are you kidding me? You just countered that? Or you just it landed? That's absolutely the wrestling moment of the year, and that won't be touched. As good as Lee and Dijakovic did to kind of replicate that, but that moment won't be touched with Ibushi and Ospreay. But yeah, it's just thinking of what else he's going to be able to do in this G1, as well as the remainder of the year. Ospreay's maybe just getting started. That's terrifying.
It's terrible. Will Ospreay already in his young career.
Pretty much since he I think this is the first time we both kind of sort of saw him in 2016 or 17. I think it was the year where he faced Sabre in Dallas, the WrestleMania weekend.
Take this what you will.
And the DBZ moment with Ricochet. I think it was since that run.
I wish he could do it single. His lowest rated singles match is 3.5 stars. That's unprecedented.
That's absurd. Are we talking this year or talking in general?
We're talking this year.
That's absurd.
Because Ospreay Ibushi, 4 maybe 3. It's what you think of the Fale match.
Okay.
It depends on what you think of the Fale match. I rated it at 3.5 stars. I also rated it at 3. But here's every Will Ospreay singles match according to Dave. Ospreay versus Ibushi, 4.75.
Which I can agree with. I love that.
Ospreay versus he didn't even rate. Oh, he wasn't on the New Beginning tour. Oh, my bad. 4.75. The Ospreay Okada match from New Japan Cup, 4.25. Ospreay versus Archer, 4 from New Japan Cup. Ospreay versus Bandito from WrestleCon weekend, 4.75. Cobb versus Ospreay, 4 stars. Ospreay versus, and he doesn't even have all the matches rated from. I can't even look at Dave's ratings because he doesn't have every Ospreay singles match rated. But he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and if you include tags, it's 17.
Matches that are at least 4 stars.
That are at least 4 stars according to Dave. This is ridiculous.
I think just to sum it up, I think the only thing left he could do is have one of those 5
Let's take
stars.
a look at Okada's year in 2017 when he won the award.
He had the amazing rivalry with
that's the only thing left to do. And then weighted star rating for wrestlers, according to Wrestling Observer. Ospreay is 4th all time. He's ahead of Okada. No, of all time.
Oh, wow.
The top 10 is Kota Ibushi at 4.15. Mitsuharu Misawa, 4.18. Ray Phoenix, 4.19. Matt Riddle, 4.19. But you can take that out because he's only had a few matches that Dave rated. Okada has 4.21. Sasuke, 4.21. So Okada and Sasuke are tied. Ospreay has 4.22. And let me look at Okada in 2017 in terms of star rating. For a second, that Dave rated. 2017. So I wanted 2017. Oh, let me do this. So 2017. Of course, Tanahashi Okada, 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
6 stars. This is where you broke the scale.
That Omega match at Wrestle Kingdom.
The Omega match at Wrestle Kingdom.
That was an all-time excellent story that they told.
He had a 6-man tag at New Year's, 10-man tag at New Year's Dash that rated at 4 stars. We'll exclude that. 2. 3, because he had a 8-person tag with one singles match so far, but 3 overall. 4. 5, the Shibata match.
Oh, Shibata's last match. Yes. I miss watching Shibata.
The Fale. 6 match. 6, Fale. 7 with 7. And one of them was a Tiger Mask CW match, which was Kota Ibushi under our hood. The Omega Dominion match. We're only at 7, and we're at Dominion.
That was the draw. That was the draw they had, right?
Yes. So at 8, Omega Cody, Okada Cody.
Yep.
And we're at the G1 already. Look, Ospreay's having. He already has 17 5-star matches. 4-star plus matches.
He's got double Omegas, and Omega's only a G1.
Okada.
Double Okada is 2017.
In the year that Okada ruled.
Well, it was basically God tier. Like Okada was basically God mode in 2017, and Ospreay's doubled that.
Ospreay has doubled that.
I think the only thing I could say in Okada's defense so far is that Ospreay hasn't had that 5-star or higher.
Yeah. No, the Shingo match.
Oh, so you put Shingo at 5? Okay.
I put the Shingo match at 5. That Shingo match was ridiculous. Let's just count. Okada.
4 quarters. Yeah, 4 to 3 quarters is that match's floor with Shingo.
Yeah. So he had a match with Elgin,
which I do believe I've seen, and that match with Elgin was really good. Yeah. Okay. I definitely did see that.
8. 9 with Sonata. 10 with Kojima. Dave rated the Juice Robinson match at 3.5. Day 14, G1. He doesn't even rate all the G1 match. My God.
I know that the match he had with Omega at G1, where Omega
Evil. What did I have? 10. 10 at Kojima, right? Or 11?
I believe you're at 10, yeah.
11. 12 with the Suzuki match. Okada Omega. G1. 13. 14 with Okada Evil at King of Pro Wrestling. 15 with the World Tag League final day. We're only at 15 in the year of our Lord of Okada. And Ospreay's already topped it in terms of Dave ratings. I'm not making this up.
That's the kind of run Okada. That's the kind of
run Ospreay is on right now. And you could add more to that if you think the Ospreay Okada versus Ibushi versus Tanahashi Sabre, Suzuki Sabre versus Tanahashi and Ospreay, which I rated at 4-star. So that's another match. This man is ridiculous.
Is the point that we're saying here, and we're only at the relative start of G1.
And plus, I'm not going to do Flair and Mattel because not everything was taped.
but this is
Ospreay's topping Okada here. This is.
And we're basically mid-July.
We're halfway through the year, dude.
We're
Ospreay
basically
has
mid-July.
G1 ahead of him.
He's got the rest of G1,
because...
and he, not only does he have the rest of G1, he's got a super stacked lineup in his A block to top Okada.
To do it with.
Yeah.
With Okada, Ibushi, Tanahashi,
Saber.
Dude,
Will
Ospreay's gonna have the best year in wrestling history.
It looks and feels like it. It really does.
In ring year, I'm just saying
not in terms of draw. Yeah, not quite drawing power, but yeah, definitely like in terms of in ring quality of matches. Yeah,
like the dude's on his game right now, and I love it. I love seeing great wrestlers like we were doing the shows when Okada was on his great run.
Yes.
Like I was loving every second of that.
We marveled at how good Okada was.
We marveled at it.
Yeah.
We should be doing the same with Ospreay. And we are doing the same with Ospreay. Because he's already topped what Okada has done.
In terms of overall quality for a particular year.
Sure. It depends on what you think of the Shingo match. But I have that elite. I don't break my 5-star scale. And then he has had two really other high-end matches in the Dragon Lee match. And because Dave broke a scale, it's hard to tell and everything. But
that does skew it, yeah. We broke the scale for the Omega, with him and Omega, where Omega and Okada. That does tip the scale average-wise a little bit, but ultimately...
But in singles only, Will Ospreay has a 4.45 weighted star average in the Observer. 10 points higher, Okada. Not 10 points, a tenth of a point higher. A tenth of a point lower than Okada. Omega has, and Gargano and this is for singles only, which they have this stat there, according to TB. So the dude is at his apex.
And he's still so young. Also, what, 25?
And he had the Eagles match that was very good. Dude, the dude has 24-star matches.
Absurd. And he's what, 25, 26?
Because it also depends on if you've seen the TLC match at Progress with Aussie Open, too, which rocked. And what you think of the Aussie Open stuff, and what you think of Scotty Davis, Will Ospreay. This dude, I'm just being dead serious right now. This dude is topping himself almost every night.
And he's hungry to do so. He's incredibly hungry. He's never... I mean, he's obviously, I'm guessing he's satisfied with what he does, but he's never truly satisfied with what he does. He's trying to raise the bar even higher than what he already has. And I think that's what makes it special. He's not content. Yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. He's not content to just settle at, okay, I'm really, really good, but let's get really, really great and top really, really great every night. I mean, and that's another part that makes it special, I think. Yeah. The
floor in this dude's 3 stars. If you think of the parlay match, if you include the parlay match, dude's floor is 3 stars. This dude does not have a bad match. I'm just amazed.
He's only 26.
He's only 26.
He's only 26. That is absolutely gross.
And Okada was 29 when he did his epic run. This dude can get better.
That's the point. That's the point I'm saying here. He's only 26. That is absolutely that's just unreal right now. Yeah, he just turned 26 last May. That's Ospreay's age right now. It's wow. It's just ridiculous.
He's not going to be doing all the high flying stuff, but he's gotten a lot better.
He won't have to. His ground game is really good. He doesn't have to be a tech wizard. His ground game. He's just overall got a really good ground game.
Sorry, I've just blown your mind with the Will Ospreay talk, but
it's necessary to think about here.
But dude, it's like people don't realize that this guy's universally regarded, except for in a couple circles that think he sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But those people that think he sucks for outdated reasons. Like, you can't tell, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, really.
So, I just went on a Will Ospreay rant, and I'm like, I wasn't expecting to do that today.
But I think it was necessary to kind of put in the context how good of a year that guy's having.
Yeah.
And I think it was 100% necessary for it. So I think it's that's a good way to kind of.
Because no one's really looked at the stats and saying, looking back and say, and Ospreay's going to have more singles matches than Okada because it depends on what you think, how heralded is Okada's year. Honestly. Because you can't even compare the Misawa year and the the Flair year.
Okada's the most modern. Yeah, that's certainly the modern scale.
You could compare the Danielson year because everything was making tape, but in 06, but Dave didn't rate everything either. Like he does, like consistently as he does with these two guys. So, yeah, we're talking about the greatest ever year in wrestling history. Plugs before me and Beast Mike start talking about sports.
All right, so obviously Twitter.com/Beast Mike is where you're gonna find me. I'm going to try to do those previews I was talking about before. Like I kind of got like the stuff. I kind of got like the writing work prepared for it. Audio, I'll figure it out. I'll still try to get them out there. I will be back on the Spikes on Friday. Back doing the producing for that. And I know that this school is going to start pretty much a month and a half, which is nice. So still got a little bit more time before that. But you can find me at Twitter.com/Beast Mike, and obviously I'll be talking sports as I normally do there.
DJ D Cooks Wrestle, GITR Wrestle is where you can find me. And until next week, we will see you later.